Hello student. Today we are going to continue our first chapter, the living world. In my previous video we have discussed about biodiversity and binomial nomenclature. That who developed the binomial nomenclature? Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, actually binomial nomenclature is a standard system of naming species by giving two names. The first one is generic name and the second is specific name. Okay, binomial nomenclature, that means two, nominal name and nomenclature, system of naming. For example, the scientific name of human is Homo sapiens. So Homo is a generic name and sapiens is a specific name. And how we write the scientific name? Whenever we write the scientific name, student, the first name is genus name and the second name is species name. Okay. When we write the genus name, always remember that the first letter of genus name is always capital. And in a species name, all the letters are small. Is that clear? Here you see some example. Scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. So Mangifera represent the genus and indica represent the species. Okay, so genus name, the first letter is always capital. That's why Mangifera, M is capital. And indica is a particular species. So indica, all the letters are capital. The next is P, Pisum sativum. Pisum is a genus and sativum is a species. Onion, Allium cepa, dog, Canis, familiaris, housefly, Mucosa domestica. Okay. The next one is taxonomy. It is a science of identification, classification and nomenclature actually. Taxonomy is a science of identification, classification and nomenclature based on the special character especially. All the living organisms can be classified into different taxa, different categories. And if someone asks you that what is taxonomy, then you say taxonomy is a process of classification. Okay, the process of classification is known as taxonomy. And the basic process of taxonomic studies are: organisms are described on the basis of morphology and other characteristic. Morphology, that means external characteristic. And the description of characteristic help in a placement of an organism in various taxa, various category. Obviously student, when you see that two organisms are similar in their morphology and anatomically characteristic, then you keep them in same group. So you classify the organism. Okay. So a new taxon can be framed if the organism is different from the existing taxa. And student, what is taxa? Actually, the category represented to as a unit of classification, represent rank and commonly terms as taxon, and in simple we called it taxa. Okay. Then the taxonomy can be divided two major type: classical taxonomy and modern taxonomy. Classical taxonomy, that means old taxonomy, and modern taxonomy, that means new taxonomy. In classical taxonomy, classification based on morphology, that means external characteristic. In modern taxonomy, classification is based on physiologic phylogenetic relationship actually. What is the meaning of phylogenetic? According to evolution pattern. Okay, if the two organisms have the same ancestor, okay, so they have more similarity. Is that clear? So this one is a phylogenetic relationship of the organism. In classical taxonomy, only a few individuals were studied, and in modern taxonomy, a large number of individuals were studied. I hope you understand that taxonomy can be divided into two major types: classical and modern, or old or new. In old taxonomy, we study on the basis of morphology, only the external characteristic, and in new taxonomy or modern taxonomy, we study phylogenetic relationship. Okay. Now, what is taxonomical categories? Classification is a process in which closely resemble organisms are placed in a group, and the group which have similarity are placed into larger group. The various grouping levels or rank in a classification are known as taxonomic categories. Actually, student, classification is not a single step process. It involves hierarchy of the step, a sequence of the step. Okay, and each step represent a rank or a category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, so it is called taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, and taxon we already discussed that each category represent two as a unit of classification, represent a rank and commonly terms as taxon. Actually, this one is a very important question. Define taxon. Then you say that category represent a unit of classification and it represent a rank, and this rank is commonly called taxon. Here you see the rank, the categories, taxonomical categories in plant kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus and species. Actually, this is showing hierarchy arrangement in ascending order. Here you see in animal ascending order, because species, then genus, then family. You see the arrows, order, class, phylum and kingdom. Student, always remember that in plant and animal, plant we write division and in animal we write phylum. Okay. Now, what is taxonomical hierarchy? Actually, taxonomical hierarchy is a system of arranging taxonomical category in descending order. Here you see in descending order, firstly we write kingdom, then phylum, then class. These is what? Taxonomical category. Kingdom is a one category, phylum, categories, next class, order, family, genus and species. So what is taxonomical hierarchy? Taxonomical hierarchy is a system of arranging taxonomic category in a descending order. It was first introduced by Linnaeus. Okay, actually student, the taxonomic category which are always used in a hierarchical classification of organisms. Okay, they are 7 in number. Here you see how many they are in number: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So they are 7 in number. In descending order, these are kingdom, descending. Okay, I am talking about descending order. So whenever I am talking about descending order, so these are kingdom, phylum, then class, then order, family, genus and species. And if I am talking about ascending order, then species, genus, family, order, class, phylum and kingdom. Okay. All the members of taxonomical category possess some similar characteristics which are different from those of other. Okay, the maximum similarity occur in species. Here you see the species. So maximum similarity occur in species, which is also the lowest category in the hierarchy of class categories. Okay, similarity of the characteristic or characters decrease with the rise of hierarchies. So maximum similarity is in species. Okay, I hope you understand, and this is all for today. Thank you.